Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day here. So the market's just opened, obviously a little bit late on the market recap, but we're going to be doing it anyways. We'll start off with the Japanese yen, and we'll take a look here. Excuse me, just opening up a few other tabs on my other screens. So yeah, the Japanese yen gapping up at the open, coming back down and trying to fill the gap. It didn't fill the gap on the hourly, so we have this gap right now on the yen, which is kind of funny because I think we're gonna do some sort of flat to fill it. Usually forex gaps don't last too long. Give you an example. Was this one when we gapped down on the yen and it ran back up, filled that gap, and then came back down, right? So if it wants to run, that's fine, but usually they don't they don't stay that long. But anyways, we'll take a look at the daily. The daily technically did fill the gap, so you had some sort of little gap here. I guess you could make the case that it filled, but regardless, you're pushing higher, and we're looking for an extension in the USD JPY. So we are looking for yen weakness, which will push up equities, and indeed it is. We're seeing the yen up 58 basis points, and you can see the futures are just loving it right now. The futures are all up green, obviously not just because of the yen, but because of the trade news, the tariff news, all this stuff with China, that there's a deal. Trump is pumping it and selling it and to the market right now. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit of a different bit of information from the other side of the pond, so I don't know if it's bullish or bearish, but again, the market, it's very easily pumped and primed overnight, and you can get a completely different reaction tomorrow. So I don't want to get too excited just yet. Also, gold. Well, we'll talk about gold in a bit, but let's get back to our market recap. So the last week, the Dow Jones kind of finished on a lackluster note, pulling back down. Same as the SPY and the Qs and the IWM. All very similar charts, except for the IWM is a little bit different. And the SPY, all pretty close to their target area, right? And the 200-day we've tagged on the ETFs. 200-day we've hit on the Qs. The 200-day we haven't hit on the Dow Jones, and IWM we're miles away. As far as the futures go, so we haven't hit them yet, so we could easily push up into it, hit it, and get rejected. And that's pretty close to a bigger resistance area. Market's been going up nonstop since then. The NASDAQ has actually gone up and above it. So you're actually over the 200-day now. Is going to trigger lots of algos to either start buying, and pushing up the market. Retail is going to get into it. They're going to get, oh my God, the market is getting ahead of its, it's running up. Oh my, I'm going to miss the move kind of thing. And it's only 8%, 9% from an all-time high. I need to get in now before it's too late kind of deal. Again, where I'm not going to chase this market, and I don't recommend chasing. Always wait for pullbacks here and there, and better structure to come forward to get in. So if the SPY does get into this area, you're most likely going to see some sort of rejection, right? And you should see that, and then you'll see some sort of panic, and we'll know if this is going to turn into a big sell-off where we're going to break the lows, or a sell-off where this turns into a 5-wave move up, although the structure is not what I want it to be and it's not nice. That's okay, right? We can force structures if we want, and if you want to make it 5 swings up, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this, that's okay. You're going to be wanting to go in heavy on the pullback on an ABC, right? The pullback is going to be, even if it's a small one, you're going to want to buy it, even if there's a chance that there's a big, calamity that comes afterwards. You get a nice 3-swing move with a nice buy area. You want to take the chance on it, because you could be getting a massive move up higher in the markets, and it could lead to new all-time highs. So you don't know what's going to come. And so right now, again, a lot of people don't know what's going on either. Like, there's we're getting news left and right, massive trade deals, and it's like a nothing burger the next day. So let's not make too much out of it. Like a lot of people are pumping it over now, right now, screaming that they were right, haha, losers, kind of thing. So it's never good one side of the market does that, right, and starts shitting on the other one. And I would say like all these three indices are all kind of lining up together, kind of a similar setup, right? So regardless, this is a short area. You can try and take a short in this area. If we get over it, obviously the stop is pretty wide on this one on the Qs, same as the SPY. But again, if you want to take it, it's there. And if you get stopped out, then hey, you know, you could say you tried. But I'll be looking to short the SPY into this area somewhere around here. The IWM is invalidating my area right now, so it's either a 5 swing down at the moment, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll see some sort of bigger correction in an A, B, and a C, or it's already done and the 2 is going to end at any moment. But the IWM is a little bit tougher to trade at the moment, so I'm just gonna, you know, kind of just watch it for now. We'll take a look at the TLT. So the bonds, right? The bonds have been a great trade for us. Short bonds. Again, this was the area we gave ahead of time. This is where we took a short position on the bonds. Ever since then, the 20-year bond has been going down, right? And you can see in the overnight, the yields are up again, which is again good for a short position. We expect the yields to go up to some, you know, levels that would seem crazy, like 5.5 to 6%, or even 6.2 on the 20-year yield, and that would be insane, right? And I think that's when the market would probably see some sort of panic once we cross that 5% line here. That's going to be some psychological panic level for some investors. They're going to be like, oh my God, I got to get the hell out. And 5.3 would probably be the, you know, the maybe the final straw when we see a big spike in yields, and that's it. And that's probably when you want to get long the bonds into this area. So we'll see what happens, but we'll be patient with it. SMH, so the semis, again, could have technically bottom. You have weekly capitulation, you have daily capitulation. I think the only time frame that's concerning is the monthly, where you haven't come all the way down. And again, you don't have to come all the way down, but you haven't come out all the way down. You haven't tagged it as support just yet. So again, that door is open. A lot of pain could come from semis, and we're in an environment where the current administration is fucking with the market nonstop, and there's lots of uncertainty. But obviously, the upside potential from where we are now could be tremendous, right? You could see lots of upside. So right now, from what I can see in the bear case for the semis, is that we're gonna get a push this week, right? We're looking for more upside anyways. We're looking for a push into like 227 to 233 in the SMH, and then from here you could get a big rejection, right? This is where this pump could end, and the euphoria could end, and it's a big rip down again, and you take out these lows and you form a bigger connector, which would be a disaster, obviously, and you would go to new lows, right? You go to like 110 or something like that, and that's I don't know, or I'm just saying 110 now, but like I don't really know, because we would have to make a target from where the price would end. I don't think it's 110. It's like 130 or something like that. So yeah, a little bit lower. It would be very painful, but we don't chart the future. We chart what's in front of us. So right now we got a potential short. Now, if it does do 5 swings up, right, on the larger time frames, we get bearish divergence, then that's good. Then we know that we've struck a low, and on the wave 2 pullback, you buy. You could buy in against the previous low, and you have the doors wide open, like what semis would go to new highs, right? That's the bullish case. That's the bullish case. Again, obviously against a lot of fundamentals that are going on right now, but this is the bullish case. It's up and up, right? And there are some semis that are placed for massive pumps. So we'll take a look at the semis right away, kind of get them out of the way. we'll take a look at NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA, I have NVIDIA as a short here, right, at 122. But the bullish case is that this is another 1-2, and this fifth wave would extend on the monthly, which is, again, not looking good. Just by looking at the larger cycles, the monthly cycle has broken down. But a fifth wave could happen, right? It could extend more, and it could keep going, right? You could continue to build bearish divergence on the monthly. Like this can go on for a long time. Long time. And you can just continue to build it. Like NVIDIA could keep pumping to the thousands again. And this just keeps getting weaker and weaker on the monthly, right? So the weekly, we haven't really seen. We've seen actually, I don't know. We have some bullish divergence here on the weekly, a little bit. So that's a little bit concerning. A tiny bit on the daily. So you can make the case that this is an impulse one, right? I have lots of 1-2s here. I could clean these up and make a better count out of it. I could even make a double correction, or a very complex correction. I could make the case that this is like some sort of a WX, and you're gonna get a bigger Y, and we could finish it up like that. And you just need 3 swings right now, which is what we're looking for. So you either short here and see where it goes and take some profit, set your stop at break even, or you could wait for this to happen and then you buy the dip too, or you could play both, right? And the upside potential is I don't know, how high can the markets go? They could go pretty damn high. And crypto is leading the charge right now. Bitcoin was at 105,000 not too long ago, and it's just, I guess it's just dropped $1,000. But anyways, that's what could happen. I will take a look at AMD. AMD is one of the ones that I would be more bullish on than anything out of all the semis. Maybe not all, but again, it's in the top picks for the semis, and we've been charting this very well, and it's come down into our buy area, our long-term buy area. Now we tagged the short area for a potential 3 swing move higher. Right, we got this pop here, and if you want to make the bear case that it's going to get another leg down, then this is an A, B, and a C, and you shouldn't see any more highs, right? Now, if you see more highs, that's okay. You could continue to play the bear case if you continue to erase divergence. As long as divergence is being erased and you see another high, then you're still in the third wave, and it's still a C, and you're still at risk for another leg lower where the lows could break. Okay? Now, if it doesn't do that, and we start to see higher highs on AMD, and especially on the daily, it's the 4 hour and the daily you really want to watch. Like if we start to see, I'll give you a good example here. If we start to see the RSI start to do this, right, lower highs, and we start to see the price do this, then we know that the low is in, or at least for now, and we have an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We have an impulse higher, and then you can make the case that you should buy any dip on the next pullback with a clear 3 swing move down with a pull with a target area that holds, and then you're off. You're buying, not only like you didn't get the low, but you're getting near a cycle low, right? And this is what we're talking about on the bigger picture. The cycle low, you're in some sort of wave 4 right now, right? And the 5th wave is like you're going to go past the 200s again. So AMD has a lot of potential here, right? Just don't like the daily structure. Obviously, these are not how lows are formed. Usually, impulsive waves aren't choppy like this. These are usually connector waves. So again, that's why we could still be in some sort of trap here, and a lot of investors are going to get screwed over again. But we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. So we got to play both sides of the trade. We can't just stay stuck on one side of it. So that's what I see right now. You have a series. I gotta delete some of these counts. It's getting really messy. Delete that. Delete that. I can delete this one. 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one will leave out because we could have created another extension with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why we got to leave this open here. And we'll take this one out. We'll take this one out. Take this one out. No, we'll leave that one. Just cleaning up the chart here a little bit. You see, like it doesn't always work to perfection. The AMD short area was almost hit. We're off by $3 here. And then look what happened after. 33% drop. And then you got this one. This was a nice clear. This was a very clear one. You tagged the short area like 3 times and then you got rejected. Anyways, we'll take a look at MU. MU right now is in the short area. So it's very bullish though right now. It's getting a nice impulse off the lows. It could technically end at any moment. You have some gaps to fill up here. You have another gap here. You know, it could come all the way back. And we could take a look at MU on some indicators too. Why not, right? A little bit fancy. MU's looking like it's bottomed on the weekly for now. The monthly time frame is still opened towards the downside in terms of momentum. The daily time frame, you're cutting back into green money flow. So this sell-off could have been a short-term blip on the radar, right? In the 4-hour, you're cutting back into green money flow, but obviously momentum is cutting back in, and the RSIs are open pretty wide, which usually means that this move is not going to be sustained very long. A good example is like this big push higher. RSIs are wide open. The bands are wide open. The move, you know, you stayed up here for a bit, but the move is not sustained and it came back down. So that's why we got to be careful here. It's a nice move higher. It looks very strong, but it might not be sustained due to the RSIs bands being wide open here. But you got some forces that are working with you. You got green money flow coming back. Other than that, we'll take a look at our other stock picks here. We'll take a look at gold. We skipped over a little bit, so we'll take a look at gold here. Gold. So my gold chart acting pretty good. There are some areas that we did not get hit in terms of shorts and longs, so we'll take a look at them. We almost caught the short at 3,500. We're off by $1 for the entry on my account. I missed it by an entry and then it collapsed. But that's okay. We got the bounce. We got another short, and right here, so we got a good 5 swing higher here, or 3 swing. Sorry, a flat target, which was hit, and you could have taken that short. Now you have, let's see here. What is this? An ABC. I have this as a flat. I think. Yeah, I have this as a flat. I think that's how I played it. Yeah, like an ABC. I think this was the flat target. Yeah, okay. So the flat target was respected. So now you're making an impulse down. So the target area for this move for gold, we should be headed down to exactly about 3,200 to 3,800 now, because the target's been raised ever since the gold pumped back up. Yeah, the targets move, so now gold is getting a lot more bullish, right? So you don't have much more downside left, and then, you know, obviously you wouldn't enter a trade here, but yeah, you have about 2% more down, 2.5%, and then gold should see some sort of bottom being formed. So maybe we'll see the dollar, the DXY, start to, you know, lose strength again. Maybe around, I don't know, 102, something like that. It depends how much more upside the dollar can get, right? You're correcting a daily cycle. The weekly cycle is also breaking out, but it could also turn back down and retest it as support, and that could cause the dollar to go lower again. So gold is got a good setup for a long here, for an extension higher again. And again, the gold run could only be getting started, right? So you want to be on the right side of the trade. Silver, a little bit less bullish. For me, silver looks like it needs a big swing down here. but I could be wrong, and this is capitulation, and the wave 2 is in, and you want to be buying any dip. But I'm not convinced yet. Anyways, I hold a ton of physical silver, so regardless of what happens, I'm on the right side of the trade at all times. Oil to me looks like you can see some more upside up into this area at 62.50 to 65.40, and that's where you should see oil start to run into some resistance. It's obviously just a typical ABC, and we got 5 swings down, and this is very clear to me. It looks like we will run into some economic problems later on. And again, these short areas don't have to hit gold. You could already see oil is weakening a little bit here, so you can make the case that oil is gonna capitulate even before then, because it looks like it's already starting to roll a little bit. It's already rolling a little bit. This daily cycle, so we're 3, 4, 5. I mean, you on the smaller time frames, right? You already have 5 swings up, right? You already have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You could just be filling the gap right now, but you have 5 swings now. You have 5 swings. It could have ended early, and oil is going to start to roll down here, and that's not good. That's not a good sign for the economy. Nat gas has been bullish as hell. It hit our buy area. It's been up only since then. It's been continuing to make 5 swings higher. So we'll just leave it alone for now. Until we get a big ABC down. Tesla almost hit my short area. Very disappointed. 306, 311. So could have ended early too, but we'll know more tomorrow. Like, the markets look like they're gonna gap up tomorrow. So why would you panic buy here? Just wait. I mean, like, wait for more confirmation and better info to start to come out before making decisions like that. Meta hit the short area. Look at that. Meta hit the short area. We got good rejection right away. But again, we could extend higher on the smaller time frames. You could extend higher, extend the smaller fifth waves, right? That it can happen. So you have a nice ABC move. He got rejected. What happens if the news comes out and Trump's full of shit and he was lying, and the whole market's gonna unravel? Because you can't keep the markets forever up on lies. The market will figure out that you're lying at one point, right? Because I heard some different info from what Trump is saying. So, but again, I'm not gonna make any assumptions right now. We already looked at our semis. Let's take a look at Intel. Intel getting a wave 2 swing higher, so this can go up more. Let's take a look. To me, this looks like it wants to double correct or something. It's a complex correction, to be honest. $23. So again, if you have targets up here on some of these stocks, you probably have more upside, right? Probably have more upside left. Nubis has been grinding higher since found a low on a B wave. Like I said, you could just market order it, put a stop against the low. Looks like it played that move, done pretty well. Continues to pump higher. The short area is 32. Wolf, someone asked me to take a look at Wolf. Again, this stock is not looking good. 25% gap down. Like, oh shit, man. Like, I think someone asked me before earnings what I thought of it, and I said, well, you have 5 swings up right here on the smaller time frames, and it looks like it's running out of juice, right? I don't know what it's gonna do on earnings, but it doesn't look good. So far it looks like the analysis has been correct, and you got a massive gap down on earnings. And even if I gave a target like this, I don't think it would have been much help, because I think you would have went below the target area. Well, yeah, you're right at the lower band of the range, and you broke the lows on the target area. So this is not something I would want to mess around with on Wolf. I think I bought this stock a while back, and I sold it for for. I don't even know if it was a profit or a loss, but I think it was way, way, way up here. Like this thing has taken, something happened, right? I think I bought it around here, like 50 or 30 or something, and it got a nice rally. I think that's where I bought it. But man, well, this thing has taken the turn for the worse. So now it's trading at $3. CrowdStrike in the short area almost broke out of the area. Got a big drop since then. I don't know if it's earnings or whatnot, but now CrowdStrike should be on the move down to complete this Y leg. So you took the short, you still would not have been stopped out. PayPal been running up since our wave 2 bottom. I do want to see better structure and more clear, pattern. Right now, can only make 1, 2, 3. 3, right? I don't have a 4 and a 5, so we're missing a 4 and a 5 for this to be bullish. Hood, look where our hood hit. Robinhood hit our short area. I got rejected nicely off our flat target. Now we'll see tomorrow if it's gonna continue to push, or if it's gonna start to drop. Because right now, crypto just pumped up to like 105,000 and got a $1,000 sell off. But again, anything can happen. Looks like some coins are going crazy. Some are kind of flat, not doing too much. It's kind of like a casino at this point. But yeah, some are doing good, some aren't. And I think that's it for tonight. I don't think I have any other stocks. Oh, maybe 1 second. I think I have Shopify. Let's take a look at Shopify. I think we had some charts on Shopify. Let me just add it to the list here. I don't think we've ever done Shopify. I think I did another stock. Or maybe I did the Canadian Shopify. No, I didn't. Okay. Or did you just change their ticker, or maybe something happened. Alright, so they don't have that much data, so it's going to be a little bit easier to go through the motions here. I don't think they have enough for the monthly. You could make the case that the you have a big reset. I think Shopify could either be in some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for, or we're looking for like a grand super cycle, push higher on the larger time frames. Wave 2, again, this is where it looks not too good, because you could make the case that you're still in the 2 and this is an A, B, and a C, right? On the monthly, right? We're talking about the monthly, and the monthly targets don't really matter that too much. But the wave 2, we're either in or it's not in, and you're gonna get a big leg down. We don't know what the hell is gonna happen, but you're gonna have to break this low, and this is where it looks bad. So on Shopify, you have 5 swings down. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from wherever this ended. I guess it ended here, and you did some sort of, you could make the 5 here if you want, or you can make it here. But just looking at the structure right now, this could be a double correction, or it could be a flat. So it could be a lot of things, but I think I'm gonna call this. I think I'm gonna call this a double correction for now. So we'll make it some sort of WXY. Yeah. Okay. Daily capitulation. That's good. And now we're looking for this target, right? To see if Shopify has run the end of its road, or if it's got more juice, more gas left into the tank. To me, it looks like it probably has a little bit more left. Oh, actually, no, it's in the short area. Okay, so Shopify is in trouble. Could be in trouble if you don't take out the high. So how do we know that the highs are in, right? Let's take a look at the weekly. How did this end? Now you see this is getting a little bit confusing because now we have some bullish divergence, right? Or some bearish divergence, sorry. So this could have been a flat now. Now that I look at it again, and sometimes the flat targets exceed way beyond our expectations, but this would be far too big for a flat. So either this is not done extending and this is another ABC like this, you got another swing up coming, and you're gonna get another scare, make everyone shit their pants. Yeah, even on a monthly you have bullish divergence. So now you have to maybe say that the low could be in. Now I'm going back on all the analysis that I just did just recently on the short term. You could make the case that you have a 1, 2. I'll get back on the weekly. You have a 1, 2 cycle reset, 3. Extends to 3, 4, and a 5. That's good. That's good news. Now that you could, I mean, obviously it's a wide stop, but you should just long against this low if you're a long-term investor. Now you're looking for 3 swings down. All right, so we got bullish div. Bullish div? Yeah, you have some bullish divergence at the lows. So A, B, and a C. So alongside with the whole market, basically, is the low in, or are we gonna make ugly lows? Like, is it in like this? Which is possible, right? Very small ABC, and it's super bullish. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that buy. That's like chef's kiss kind of thing. Oh. Right? It hit the buy area so nicely. I mean, it's very simple analysis, right? Because you just use fib extensions and you calculate from there. Did you have bullish divergence? I guess you erased it a little bit, so you can call it a C. Yeah, okay. So you did erase divergence technically. So you can call this a C, right? You've erased it, but you had capitulation. But you got to be careful because the market can always fuck with you, and you can get double corrections like this, like we got in the SMH, like the semi sector, right? And if this comes, right, it doesn't have to end here. The X can extend. Wherever this ends, you could have another leg down. And that's the difficulty of buying wave twos or trying to time the bottoms, right? There's tremendous upside, but there's also a lot of potential downside too if you don't buy at the right moment. And that's why you use the indicators, right? The larger time frames and money flow and all these things to try and anticipate a bottom or try to buy it or you pick your bottom. But this is just to know where you are in the cycle. And right now in the cycle, you're in another 2. So I would call this a 1. Now you're gonna get this 2, and that wherever the 2 ends, you're gonna get the 3, and the 3 is a whoo, right? It's the pump that everybody wants, the 200-300% rally that lasts 2-3 years, and it's like you get little dips along the way, but it's buy the dip. So that's the analysis. So it kind of this chart really looks looks quite bullish indeed, but I'd just be careful to see where this is gonna end. Yeah, and you see like the monthly cycle too, right here, is at risk of breaking. So this should not go much lower. If you go down more, this could open yourselves up to come all the way back down to the 30s again, and we don't want that. All right, that's it for tonight. Have a good night, everyone. See you guys tomorrow at the open. Peace.